Hello, everyone. We're here with the JBoss application server product team, and we've got some really great conversations to have with you around some announcements with this new service. But first, let's give you an introduction. As you know already, I'm a developer advocate for Java as part of the advocacy team. And I've got here Jason and Christina who are going to give an introduction to themselves. Jason, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Jason Feeberg. I'm a program manager on Azure App Service. Before Azure, I was at UC Santa Barbara, so go Gauchos.
Hi, I'm Christina Compy. I'm a program manager in the Azure App Service team also, by amazing coincidence here. Before Microsoft, I used to fly the Hubble Space Telescope, so there's something that doesn't happen every day.
Wow. Okay, great. And we're not going to talk about Hubble right now, but we are going to talk about a recent announcement that your product team had around application services. And I'm actually doing talks in around the world around this. There's a lot of excitement around it, and it really is great to see the application services supporting JBoss EAP. So it would be great also if we could just go through the service and understand exactly how you came about it and some of the nice novel features around that. So Christina, if you could tell me a little bit, how did we get to this point that we decided to have JBoss EAP on application services and customer obsessed about providing that service for them?
Sure. So Azure App Services had support for Java applications for many years now, going back to 2014, I believe. And the one gap that we've had is that we didn't have a good story around Java, or now it's Jakarta. And we've tried a variety of things here and there, but we recently decided to hit a home run, and we established a partnership with Red Hat. So the offering we're doing right now is in conjunction with Red Hat, who's the company that's behind JBoss EAP. And so what you're looking at now is an integrated support offering between Microsoft and Red Hat for JBoss as a managed service, all on app service. So this is pretty darn cool because nobody's ever offered a managed service offering for JBoss EAP before, and we're really proud and happy to be a part of it.
That's pretty fascinating, and I know that I've been playing around with all the JBoss EAP quick starts, and it feels like a kid in a candy store because now I can do all of those EAP quick starts, which I really cut my career on. A lot of the developers there in our ecosystem have kind of grown up with JBoss EAP. I remember using JBoss 2. That's how, to give you a clue of my age, and that was really on the day great around that. Jason, if I can ask you some questions around the development process around JBoss EAP. So developers want to get busy. They want to be able to play around with the tools. Tell us a little bit how some of the developers can actually get started with the JBoss EAP application servers. How do they get started?
Yes, developer can go right into the Azure portal, and they can create a new web app. And if you've done that before, if you're familiar with app services, whether it be for Java, Node, Python, whatever, now JBoss EAP shows as one of the stack options right next to Java and Tomcat. So you can select that for your web app, hit create, and then you're off to the races.
That's a great metaphor there. About the ability to also look at the roadmap and what's coming up right now. One of the greatest things that I love about Microsoft Azure is the excitement the developers have on the upcoming feature sets, and sometimes we have to do hush hush, and sometimes we can actually tell them some of the features coming up though. So tell the audience a little bit about, and give them a little bit of wonder around what they can look out for with those feature sets coming up. Christina, if you could help us with that.
So in terms of feature sets with JBoss EAP, we're mostly looking to get it to GA sometime in the early next calendar year. We're adding myriad number of improvements to make it easier to deploy your ears, war jars on app service and manage them. Working to provide integrated monitoring and analytics with App Insights so that things are wired up. In terms of things that'll blow your mind, I don't have anything that's super deep right now happening on the Java space, but another.
What I liked really was the really nice integration, really great database products. So the talks that I've been doing, you integrate with the Postgres database, and if you know the Postgres database, you also get the option on a lot of those databases to have free tier, to use the trials, to use some of the features, to have the scaling features there. And I love how that you can actually set up scaling with the integration with the database. So that, to me, that's really the feature that I really am looking forward to, that the integration with those managed services in the large scale Microsoft Azure ecosystem. Jason, tell us a little bit also about some of the nice observability features that JBoss EAP might be getting, or your kind of hints to what it is. So, well, developers want to be able to, go home to their families. Well, I'm home with my family the entire time. And logging and monitoring. And I know that Christina mentioned tracing. That really made me excited when she said that.
Yeah, so since JBoss EAP is running on top of App Service, that means you get all of the logging and monitoring features from the platform. So right now we have our integration with Azure Monitor in preview. So that means you can pipe all of your logs and metrics through Azure Monitor. And from there, you can set up alerts. So like you said, when a developer wants to go home for the night, they can get an alert if something's going wrong. And then they can also set up automated queries and dashboards around their logs and metrics. And if they want to, they can also export that out to something like a Splunk, a Datadog, third-party analytics services. They can do that as well.
That's great. Don't tell my wife. I'll just tell her that I'm looking at logs the entire time, and I need to do production sets. I remember actually with JBoss having to go into the server console where I was. There wasn't the ability to actually have a remote log though, and when that came about, and now we can just log to a stream and have all of these features, and I think that today's developers really have it great. Any other features or any other news you would like to tell before we conclude this little tidbit and this really exciting announcement that we have?
I would say that probably one of the most exciting things going on in App Services, this thing called ACE v3, or App Service Environment v3. That's the next turn of the crank on a fully isolated single-tenant system that we've drastically cut the price on, and will go into public preview in roughly second week of November. So that's pretty exciting right now.
That's a great second interview there. That sounds super exciting. Thank you. You've given me a great idea for a second interview that definitely the developers would be interested. Thank you so much today for this opportunity to get insight on JBoss EAP, on application services. Christina, Jason, thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you in many more of these sessions. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Rory.
Thanks, Rory.